are joining match number 3 in progress. Ron Bohnert opening with a strike. Kerry Logan spare and a strike up. Ron Bohnert, our king from last week. Kerry Logan working his way through the field.
Ron Bohnert welcomes Kerry Logan to the championship match with a couple of strikes right out of the chute. Unlike our past couple of matches that have seen a lot of smiling and joking around, it gets to be all business once you reach the point where that $1,000 check's on the line.
Oh, that was great.
Well, not just the money too, George, but the camaraderie that exists between, you know, Kerry Logan, Kim Herman, Alan Runkle. When you bowl in a lot of tournaments together, you develop a very deep friendship and travel out of town a lot. So that was part of the case there. And Kerry Logan and Ron Bohnert, to my knowledge, really don't bowl together outside of the Cincinnati area at all.
And Ron, being the aggressive bowler that he is, will probably bring out a little more competitiveness in Kerry.
We get in these two frames. Logan with a couple of strikes in the second and the third.
Take a look at it. This is where he wants to be on this lane. Made an adjustment, going with just a little bit more arc, letting the ball roll back. 1-2 pocket filled up, 10 in the pits. Every pin doing its job, George.
I think we may have heard that once or twice. Once a week, okay. Kerry Logan with the double up. Bohnert working on a double of his own here in the third. Wow, solid 7-pin.
The only trouble with going with the bigger arc is the angle and the entry are altered. Watch the 2-pin, go straight back. Ron, look at those eyes. Whoa. 4-pin around the belly through a great shot. Speed becomes very, very critical when you're playing the loop shot for your carry. Good spare shoot.
He holds the spare here in the third frame. And we have another fine match on our hands. Ron Bohnert showing the intensity that we saw last week when he became our king.
Bohnert right there, right in the match. Kerry Logan can go into the lead by a pin if he strikes his next time up. Oh,
boy, he knew he lost that one as soon as it was gone.
Key word in your sentence, George, lost it. Let's see if we watch him get out. He's looking at his thumb. Now watch him get out of this ball a little early. See the ball's already gone when he goes to lift it. Therefore, yeah, he knew it.
See ya.
Yeah, get out of here.
Not only that, he gets a bad break and leaves the 7, also making it a washout. Extra difficult.
Extra difficult. You want to hit the head pin to the right of center and throw that baby over there?
Didn't happen. So Ron Bohnert with the open frame here in the fourth. Kerry Logan working on a double. Yeah, I think that was the door opening.
Giving it the big yawn.
Oh my.
Yeah. Hard to believe that that is our first open frame today.
Is that right?
Every other frame has been filled with a strike or a spare.
Not a shot Kerry Logan's going to call home about. Pulled the ball up into the oil. Fortunately for him, it held and left a 7-pin. But not the type of shot we're used to seeing out of Kerry Logan in a critical situation.
I don't know him as well as you, obviously, Dave, but it seems like when he gets disgusted or looks disgusted, it's for a reason. He doesn't seem to show that much.
No, he's an incredible competitor and a very, very good sportsman. But don't let it fool you. He wants to win. And the score sheet will tell you he can win at this point. 4 pins in the lead with the spare. Makes it 14. And he can build on it from there.
He trailed earlier in this match, but now he has the lead and he's looking for more. Got it. strike here in the 5th gives him a 15-pin advantage.
There's Mr. Steve Stevens. I promised I would find out who the mystery man was from Ultimate Distributing Company. Stevie's from the west side of town.
Good set.
Which makes him okay in my book.
Oh, this whole city. I tell you, since they put in the Beltway, you could get, well, we both live on the west side, Jen, and getting here to Kingpin, which is on the east side, took us all of 25 minutes.
Not bad at all. That 471 is a really nice highway, too.
Yeah, that was a savior for me, too, as I was running late as usual.
Not you, George.
No, never.
No, we've got a great town, and we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in again to this, our last regular telecast of our 1990 season. Next week, we promise to bring you an exciting show, the King Finals. All the players that you've seen on TV competed for the right to appear on the final telecast. And those 4 bowlers again are Steve Brook, Mike Ackerman, Len Gray, and Alan Runkle. Standby was Mr. Tim Sharp, and that comes to you next week. So I'm excited to be a part of it for another season. And then after that, we've got the women and the junior shows coming up.
And if you really want to see some great bowling, stay tuned for that women's show.
I agree. I'm not going to say anything. I agree with you.
We had some phenomenal scores this year from the women.
Bohnert with a much-needed strike in the 6th. He's checking out that score, knows he needs to close the gap a little bit more, but he's right in it.
Kerry Logan can jump way out in front here with a strike in this frame and the next. Get him up into the 20-pin. No, it's not to be. He's...
It's the same kind of shot he had the last time on that lane.
Well, he's wondering what to do, George, and we talked about the conditions changing and the good players knowing what to do and when. But sometimes when you go through those 3 or 4 things that you think will make that proper adjustment and you're still leaving the same pin, at that point you start looking for creative solutions.
Whoa.
One of which is not missing your spares.
For sure.
And you want to see a guy run the ridge, hang 10. Here it is. First board. Yeah, the ball's going to hold on the first board.
Oh, that is really out there.
The lane was another 2 inches longer. I'm not so sure that would have been a spare, but
it counts.
It's a game of inches, right?
That's right.
Somebody said that.
That was a line drive in the box score as we move into baseball season. Now, the same old 7-pin.
Well, it was a better 7-pin, George. The one on the right-hand lane was a weak 7. Ball did not roll off very well, but on lane 37, he threw a great shot. Strong 7. Now, let's see if we can make this with a little more authority. Now, almost throwing one in the trench. Doesn't scare him at all. It comes right back with the same shot.
Right back at it. He covers the 7-pin here in the 7th frame. Still has the slimmest of leads, depending upon what Ron Bohnert does here in the 7th and 8th.
Ron Bohnert would strike here. He could cut the lead to 4 pins. And that's where you want to be coming into the last 2 or 3 frames of a match. Be close. Hook ball, he said, and it did.
It sure did. And then it did a little damage once it hit the pins.
Now this ball's going to get him to within 4 pins. What's he do? He straps it. Look at the rotation on that ball, folks. 1-2 pocket filled up. Whop.
Might be the best shot he's thrown.
I do believe you're right. There you see it. With a strike in the 8th frame, Ron Bohnert cuts the physical lead to 4 pins, and he technically takes a 6-pin advantage with the double.
That's scoreboard courtesy of Kathy Brocksterman.
Did she make the whole thing?
I don't know, but she's filling it up with the strikes and spares for us. I know that.
There you go. There you go.
There's another X Kathy can put in there.
that.
8th frame for Ron Bohnert.
He can start running away and hiding here.
Full speed ahead.
Kerry Logan last week being denied after a couple of great games, a roll-off game and then two pretty good games to follow. And this week he finds himself behind in this match. Incredible 5-7. Let's see if we can see what happened here. I'll guarantee you what you're going to see. Deflection on the ball as it enters the 1-2 pocket. And then the 4-pin. Second one from the left-hand side, and watch the ball. Boom. Look at it jump to the left. 4-pin going out straight up. But finally does do a little bit of work, taking the 7 out, leaving an easy spare for Logan. Not comfortable on that right-hand lane at all. And that's the lane he's going to have to finish on. So I'll tell you, his confidence level going in the 10th frame is not going to be stellar.
That's true. He can take it out for a 227, but Ron Bohnert can take it out for a 244. So Kerry, for probably the first time today, not in control of his own destiny.
He is.
Gets to be very frustrating when you can't exactly figure out what to do. But it doesn't look like he deviated too much, does it, Jenny?
No, Jenny, he hasn't. But I mean, going back to what was going on in shadow balls, Ron Bohnert was lost. He was hopelessly lost. If the match would have been bowled an hour ago, Ron Bohnert wouldn't even be close. The shot changed. His shot is right there. And Kerry Logan's shot is deteriorating. And he's just not making those proper moves.
And at this point, the best he can do is a 216. Ron Bohnert already has close to 180 already posted.
216 would better his second game by 10 pins, but Ron Bohnert is setting up for a blistering pace at this time. 244 he can take it to the wall for. That all-important 9th frame. Can fill frames. He's going to win. He's got to make a mistake to let his opponent back in the match.
No mistake there. Bohnert with the strike in the 9th, now working on 4 in a row, and he has really taken control now. Looking to become a 2-time king.
Ron Bohnert with any sort of a mark in the 10th frame will retain his kingship. Kerry Logan needs some help to win. But this one belongs to the tall redhead.
Well, the tall redhead, as you call him, is our king once again. 5 in a row, still ripping along at that 244 pace. If he takes it out in the 11th and 12th.
Really a very impressive score considering the way that we all thought that the lanes were carrying down the oil.
Well, the better player finds the shot, and this time he found just enough to win, Jen. Anything is playable, and in match play competition, the score is relative to what your opponent's going to do. Ron Bohnert showing why he was our king last week. Wants to retire with that kingship intact.
You know, I think the last couple years Ron has retired with the kingship, has he not? I'm sure he has.
It seems like he's a late bloomer.
That's right.
So you may be right, Jen.
Well, the 231 he posted here today is going to be enough. Kerry Logan, of course, the best he can do, 216.
Kerry!
Yeah, he's had a lot of 9 counts today, especially this game.
Hot dog! Partridge! Everything great hot dog should be! People are switching to the great taste of Partridge hot dogs. They're making the switch to Partridge's delicious hometown recipe. The recipe that puts more fun in the bun. They're switching to Partridge because they can't resist that great fresh meat taste.
Make the switch. I did.
Hot dog! Hot dog! It's Partridge! Fresh meat, great taste, that's quality! Baby back, get the flight.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pitcavage of Affordable Chiropractic. I believe that healthcare should be affordable. If you'll call Affordable Chiropractic now, with qualifying health insurance, there's no out-of-pocket expense to you. We call it no pay, no out-of-pocket expense. But you must call Affordable Chiropractic now. If you're suffering from severe back pain, migraine headaches, joint or neck pain, call now and see how Affordable Chiropractic is. You'll get a free exam and consultation. And with qualifying insurance, there's no out-of-pocket expense.
Don't wait. Call Affordable Chiropractic now.
For the second week in a row, our king is Ron Bohnert. And Dave, I'm going to let you make the formal presentations here.
Thank you, George. Well, Jennifer's got a plaque for you from the BPA, and Ron got a little interesting stat. Congratulations. But what is that?
Well, the 5 weeks I've been king, 4 of them in the very last week of the year.
What does that mean? You're a late bloomer or what?
Bloomer.
Well, again, congratulations. We happen to have a check for $1,000 and a great, great season. Congratulations. George?
Okay, what a way to end the season. We're going to see you again next week for the BPA King of Bowling.
Greater Cincinnati BPA 14K King of Bowling. Brought to you by 14...
The country.